Imagine your last grocery trip. You simply walk in, grab meat, pay, and leave, all without any planning. Zero risk, zero effort, and it takes just 15 minutes of your life to secure your dinner. But for most of human history, obtaining that same piece of meat was a life or death struggle.
Our ancestors faced predators weighing thousands of pounds, armed with natural weapons and no desire to be eaten.
We had no claws, no fangs, and our speed was pathetic compared to a golden retriever. Yet, we became the most lethal hunting force this planet has ever seen. The secret wasn't one method, but a collection of strategies so sophisticated that modern scientists are still uncovering them. Let's explore the most counterintuitive hunting method ever devised, the one where the weapon does absolutely nothing. For decades, archaeologists found razor-sharp stone points embedded in mammoth bones across North America. They assumed the obvious. Hunters threw these spears at the animals to bring them down.
In 2024, researchers at UC Berkeley decided to test that assumption, and the results were shocking.
Throwing a spear at a 6-ton mammoth generates nowhere near enough force to reach a vital organ. We were not throwing them. We were planting them in the ground and stepping back. A charging mammoth's own momentum drove the weapon straight into its body. The stone point acted like a hollow point bullet, causing catastrophic internal damage. The most dangerous animal became its own executioner, and we remained safe.
For smaller animals, hunters didn't rely on spears. They turned simple stones into deadly projectiles.
These throwing stones were carefully selected for size and weight, capable of causing serious injury from 25 meters away.
Researchers found that prehistoric hunters were meticulously selecting rocks of a very specific size and weight.
For larger animals trapped in narrow valleys, they used the terrain to their advantage. Hunters positioned above would drop massive prepared stones onto the trapped animal.
The high ground wasn't just safety, it was the entire plan for a successful hunt.
Before we continue, tell us in the comments, which country are you watching this from? Some hunters built enormous structures called desert kites to guide animals into traps. The walls were deliberately kept low, just high enough to make an animal uncomfortable, not to block them. They didn't need to contain the animal, they just needed to make every other direction uncomfortable.
In 2022, 3 separate peer-reviewed studies confirmed that these kites were mega-traps for funneling gazelles.
The kites funneled animals down tapered paths that ended in massive pits or sudden cliff edges. Similar structures have been found across the globe, from Jordan to the Andes, showing independent innovation. But the next strategy didn't use walls or spears. It used chemistry.
A 2026 study revealed that 60,000-year-old arrowheads contain traces of a plant-based poison.
This pushed the use of poison arrows tens of thousands of years earlier than previously known.
The poison came from a plant called giftbol, whose alkaloids attack the cardiovascular system.
Hunters extracted it and applied it to arrowheads too small to kill on impact alone.
They understood delayed causation. They shot the animal and followed it patiently for hours.
They knew that at some point, the poison would do its work.
But the simplest strategy was the most effective. We just never stopped running.
The human body is a biological disaster as a predator. but our sweat glands allow us to keep moving. While a wolf overheats after a sustained chase, we just keep cooling ourselves. Our Achilles tendons function as biological springs, designed specifically for sustained running.
Anthropologists have observed this method, called persistence hunting, among the San Bushmen.
Hunters pursue a kudu through midday heat, covering miles at a sustained pace. After hours of pursuit, the kudu's core temperature rises to fatal levels, and it collapses. I walk up to an animal that can no longer stand and deliver a single killing blow. From the animal's perspective, something is chasing it that simply never stops.
No matter how far it runs, that strange upright figure is still coming, calmly and steadily.
Humans multiplied these methods by adding the one thing no other predator had: language.
At Schöningen, 8 perfectly engineered spears were found alongside the butchered remains of 50 horses.
We assigned roles, communicated a plan, and executed it without anyone breaking position. They looked at another apex predator and decided not to kill it, but to recruit it. Archaeological sites in Jordan show dramatic increases in small game remains, showing evidence of canine digestion. Cave art shows dogs on leashes, wearing collars, assisting coordinated hunts. The human-dog partnership made both species more effective than either could ever be alone. The packaged meat you picked up in 15 minutes represents the endpoint of a 300,000-year chain of innovation. From the planted spear to the mega-trap, the poison arrow, and the human-dog partnership. Each method was developed by people working with nothing but observation, memory, and shared knowledge. The craziest thing isn't how extreme they were, it's how intelligent they were. And yet here we are, every one of us alive today, the direct descendant of someone who figured it out. We are the legacy of those ancient innovators, carrying their wisdom in our very blood.